How's it going? This is my dad's Datsun 1600, and in this video we're going to be making an exhaust. Some of you may be familiar, but this is what the old exhaust looks like. Very basic, very thin, and this is what we're going to be making the new exhaust out of. 2-inch stainless steel piping with a single hot dog muffler in the middle, and then I'm waiting on a secondary muffler for the rear. We can start making some of the parts that we need for the exhaust. The parts that I'm talking about are the Y pipe, the main tube assembly, the hot dog muffler can go in, and then we can just cut it into sections where we're going to need flanges and make mounts for the rear muffler. So we're going to start by building the Y pipe and the front that connects to the headers. I've just cut my 90-degree bend in half, and now we're going to cut these little slots so we can start joining and making the Y pipe. What we're going to be using is brake cleaner to wipe everything down before we start welding. That way we can clean any contaminants, any oils that may end up on there from me touching it with my hands, or Sharpie, anything. We're going to be using it to clean before we weld. Just use a clean rag and give it a quick wipe down around the areas that you're going to be welding on. I've personally never welded a Y pipe with a TIG, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I've made Y pipes with the MIG on my Subaru, but haven't done anything with the TIG in a while. So it may take some fiddling around just to try and get these two together, but we'll see how we go. That is not what we wanted. Now they are a little bit twisted, but I'm going to be cutting them square anyway, so it doesn't really matter for the moment, and I'm going to be cutting that off anyway later. So now we just got to go ahead and weld that up. Is it the best Y pipe I've ever seen? No. But is it welded together? Yes. I'm actually not too unhappy with it. This is my first go, so I'm actually, oh, don't drop it. It is hot. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I struggled to get in between it, but that was to be expected. It is a pretty tight gap, but we got it. I'm pretty happy with that. So I think the plan is for this Y pipe is to get some 2-inch pipe and kind of squish it a little bit, and I reckon by the time we squish this into a square oval, I reckon it'll meet up nicely, and then that way I don't have to do anything too crazy. Something along the lines of that. Just take a little bit of sanding on the top half, make sure those edges are nice and flush. I think that's going to work. So I've got that tacked there. It's definitely not the best way to do it, but it's the way I can think of. It's probably going to be the easiest way for me to join it to 2-inch. There's definitely better ways of doing it, and there's definitely parts you can buy to make this process a whole lot easier, but this is what we've gone for, and this is what we're going to stick with. So now I'm just going to weld around that and see how we go. It is another day and we've got more parts. So I've gotten the flange cut out at work. So now we can start making from the headers back. And it'll allow us to go back to the main muffler. So I'm just going to be using the gasket as reference on where I need to drill the holes. I'm just going to get it reasonably centered with the main flow, and then each one of these we'll just put in the center. Beautiful, that should work, hopefully. So I've got the gasket flange ready to go. The holes are a little bit bigger than the pipe that we're welding, but we will just have to fill those gaps. So pretty much we're just gonna tack on these two parts going off the Y, and then once we're happy with the position, going to tack that on there, and you can see that they're a fair bit bigger hole size than the 1.5 inch piping, but we're just going to have to fill that with weld, unfortunately. But it's alright, we will make do with what we got. So there we have it, that is all tacked together. It has given me a bit of wiggle room with the flange, which is nice. It means we can kind of bend it back and forth and figure out what angle we want it to sit on. Alrighty, so that is what we're looking at the moment. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with where it's sitting. We just gotta make a bend come from here on out. So I think the next step for me is to fully weld the Y piece. Alrighty, it is another day. My microphone is dead, but we've gotten this piece in after wrestling around for about a good 5 minutes trying to get these fucking tacks to tack. But yeah, it just wasn't having any of it and it was taking forever. I could get it to join and then it'd snap trying to get the other side, but we managed to get it. I need a set of tigging bands, but I don't have any at the moment, so we're working with what we got. But so far looking pretty good. We're gonna have a slight bend, maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 degrees, probably even less, to straighten it up here. Run it to the hot dog back, and then we gotta get up through that hole, and then to the rear end. Okay, the microphone is back, so hopefully you can hear me now. We've got this section of the exhaust done. Now we're just gonna go from a bend up that way and then out that way. So my plan is to use this 90 and cut it right in the middle and change it to 240s, the 245s. And we should be able to get a nice little step up to where that end is. Figuring out where we want it. Thinking about there. And then that one goes, oh, not that way. About there. Like that. Now it is time for the muffler to go in. So we'll just mark up where we want it. We'll tack it in. Okay, it is yet again another day and the V-bands have arrived, but unfortunately they do not fit through this hole. So the original exhaust goes through there, which is a good design from factory, but anything bigger than 2-inch, which most people are going to want to go 3-inch or 2.5-inch with these kind of builds. The V-bands, I was hoping they'd be small enough to go through there, but they are not. And I don't want to cut that hole yet and make it bigger, so we're just going to go underneath here. It's sitting pretty high at the moment, it's on stock suspension. And even when it is dropped on coilovers, it's still not going to hit, not yet at least. So we're just going to go underneath the rear subframe, and yeah, that's gonna be the way we're gonna go for now. Anyway, I think we're about ready to add our first V-band on. I think I'll add it to maybe the rear of this hot dog, and then we'll go pretty much straight through there underneath, kink it up and around. The rear muffler still hasn't arrived. It says it's in town, but hasn't arrived yet. So I'm currently making the exhaust hanger for the midsection. I've just bent this piece up at work, so I'm going to cut it off there, drill 2 holes in it, and then scallop that out to wrap around the pipe. So I've got that tacked on there, the V-band. And also tacked up to the exhaust bracket, so that's all nice and sturdy now, not moving, which is good. Also, the rear muffler has arrived, so we're going to weld on a tip, and obviously the rest of the exhaust will be attached to it. I really do need to start getting this done, so I'm probably not going to do too much filming or talking. So I've got the muffler kind of mocked up. I just need to figure out where I'm going to cut this bend and join it to that pipe and then tack it together. That's kind of what I'm going for with the muffler tip. Not sure if I want to stick it in a little bit more or stick it out further, who knows. think we will need a new exhaust mount, because that one's looking pretty sad. But that's alright, we can organise that later. But yeah, everything is tacked up. Everything is looking good. Pretty happy with where it's sitting. Made another hanger for it just there. And yeah, we should be good to take everything apart and fully weld it all. Now it is time to go welding and probably spend the rest of the night here. Anyway, I'm gonna chuck you guys on a time lapse and enjoy. Alright, we've got the first section welded. That is sitting over there. And now it is obviously time to do the second half. So yeah, time to weld that up. The first half, not too unhappy with some of the welds. Some of them came up pretty alright. Obviously I'm still not the best TIG welder in the world, but I'm not unhappy with it. It's a lot better than they were my last exhaust that I made for the Impreza. So we'll see how we go on that one. And that is it. That is the full exhaust, fully welded. Everything is done. It's probably about 10 o'clock at night, and I'm really tired and I didn't really film much, but it is done. That's the main thing. I'm gonna give it a quick polish up with some Scotch Brite. I've already done that one. I'm gonna give that one a wipe down with some window cleaner, get the mounts on it, and then bolt it up. And same for this one. So yeah, just quick polish, quick wipe down, and then bolt it up, and then we'll be able to see what it sounds like. Send me up there. Where's that nut? Stay there, don't fall. That back half is on. Hopefully it didn't move too much when welding, but it is stainless, so there's definitely no promises. You stay there, please. It's definitely moved a little bit. Or maybe a lot. Alright, let's see if that's moved into position. Not really. Forgot to put the V-band back on. It probably will have an exhaust leak. I'm not sure how faithful I am of everything sealing. What's that? Hopefully everything. Well, it's about a week later. The exhaust is all done. We'll get some sound clips. It's roadworthy, and Dad's got it on the road. How good. I think it came up pretty freaking mint. But the only thing is it is hitting on the edge of the car, but I will be able to fix that later. But for now, we're just gonna get some sound videos. She sounds mint. Dad's pretty happy. Anyway, that is going to be the end of our video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.